What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Marlon. We are back at it again with another edition of the show. So if this is your first time watching, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. Turn on that post notification bell so you never miss out on the daily updates that we have in the land of PlayStation and Xbox as well as PC. If that is something that intrigues you, then this is the place for you. Welcome back to the channel, guys. All right, hopefully all is well with everyone, man. Lots of stuff going on. Switch 2 got apparently leaked via some factory concept images that's been going around. The specs of the machine is out there. As you guys know, I started out covering Nintendo. Nintendo is not gonna be happy about these leaks, man. They're not gonna be happy, and I'm telling you guys, the Nintendo ninjas, when they strike harder than Sony. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So yeah, I will not be showing any images or anything like that. You guys already know how Nintendo is. Anybody who know Nintendo, they're worse than Sony when it comes to leaks. So yeah, be very careful whenever you're, if you have a channel yourself and you're showing off stuff that's unreleased. Don't do it. It's not worth it. But anyways, so we do have some rather interesting specs here for the Switch 2 that's currently out there now. We have a lot of credible sources in the industry, saying that, hey, this is legit. This is directly from the factory. It's starting the manufacturing process. I mean, I've seen it and it looks similar to the Switch OLED. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it just yet. Obviously, we're going to have to wait and see from Nintendo themselves once they come out. Rumors are saying sometime this month they might have a direct or whatever the case may be. Most of the time, them rumors with Nintendo just be all caps. But nevertheless, we'll see what actually happens. Now, the interesting part about it is that it does have a mic on the console now, which I think is really huge. I do like that they're keeping it similar to we don't know if the screen is going to be bigger than the Switch OLED, but we'll see how that turns out. Obviously, another thing is it seems that it's going to have a dual fan setup, which I think is pretty interesting. So it seems like it's going to be. Seems like Nintendo is going back to the power thing again. So I don't know. Seems like this thing is going to be packing quite a few juice in there. Also, I'm hearing something about it's on par with the PS4 on dock, and then dock its PS4 Pro, which that's decent amount of power. And according to Vince Impella, which we talked about yesterday, seems as though that there's rumblings about Battlefield might make its first time appearance on a Nintendo platform or a Nintendo console. So maybe we might be seeing, the next Battlefield, running on Switch 2, which I think will be huge. So we'll see, how that turns out.
The FF7 Rebirth analysis of Pro on YouTube is incredible. Huge difference. 7 minutes of footage we haven't seen of Pro. You must show today, Marlon.
Okay, we'll take a look at that. Take a look at that. So, but yeah, like I was saying, thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, so it's gonna have like 12 gigs of RAM, which is pretty good. The downside is I think the storage is only going to be 256 gigabyte of storage, which is typical Nintendo. It should be a terabyte, at least a terabyte, but what do I know, right? 256 gigs of storage is nothing, right? I at least hope that it's Wi-Fi 6E or at least Wi-Fi 7. That would be good because it's gonna help with like, you know. Oh Lord, here we go. Here we go. Can't even talk. Here we go. Here we go.
Them PS5 Pro and Switch 2 about to be as expensive as Diddy's 1,000 baby oils.
Oh,
Lol.
Jesus. Here we go. Please don't talk about that. Please don't talk about that on here, man. We are a gaming channel. Please don't talk about that in here, bro. We ain't got time for that. Please, let's just keep it gaming. Thank you so much for the Goku. Oh, Lord. Please don't talk about that in here, man. Oh, God. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. I get the joke, but yeah. So, like I was trying to say before we get interrupted with all these donations, yeah, Switch 2 is going to sell. Switch 2 is going to sell. I'm expecting a lot of game developers to really come out and support the Switch 2. If it is as powerful as the PS4 Pro, that's good, you know, and we can definitely see some really, really good support for the Switch 2. You know, Call of Duty is going to, you know, be on there. I think the last time we had Call of Duty was, Wii U. If I remember correct, we didn't have a Call of Duty on the Switch. So, you know, that's cool. And whatever other support. But yeah, 12 gigs of RAM. Just talking about all the specs off the top of my head. It just seems like, I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see because some of these specs and stuff like that is kind of hit or miss, or who knows, maybe it might be real. But I'm expecting Nintendo to really come out and kind of swing high on all this information that's coming out. But we're going to talk about the PS5 Pro today. We're going to talk about some huge pre-order details that you guys need to know and prepare for when it comes to the Pro if you are going to be picking up one. Also, if you are in the market for the disc drive, it is back up on Best Buy. And I was able to snag one up myself with one of my Best Buy gift cards that I had left over and they gave me a gift certificate, which or a reward certificate for like $25. So I was like, perfect. So I just basically used that $25 gift receipt, certificate, and then make up the rest off of one of my Best Buy gift cards and snag it. So it won't be here apparently until like the 30th or something like that, but that's fine, just in case. I'm just going to have it just in case of whatever happens. You know, I have it here because we're going to need it for the channel for sure. So, you know, we secured a bag on that one.
Is to go even further beyond.
Expect a Dono War today. Lol.
Dono Wars today, huh? Well, we haven't had a Dono Wars in a long time. Thank you so much for igniting my man, Goku. I appreciate it. So, yeah, the only thing I don't have right now is just a stand and obviously the Pro. But, yeah, we did secure the bag on the disc drive. So, there's that. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys. Dono War it is. Dono War happens. Anyways, so we do have the pre-order details that we're going to go over for you guys here. Something that you guys need to know. It seems as though, hold on. I was doing research for the show this morning, and it seems like the pre-orders are going to be limited. More details on that further down in the show. Seem like they're saying that Sony is going to be taking some precaution here. Coming to 20, I'm telling you, the 26 is about to be crazy. All right. So I think they're saying after the 26th, basically on the 10th, that's when the chaos is going to happen, because obviously it's every retailer for themselves on how they're going to be putting in their scalpers precautions or whatever. I know Best Buy does a really good job, preventing scalpers and stuff like that. Not Best Buy, but Walmart, I know also too. They have been, trying their best to try to prevent scalpers and stuff like that. But it's full time that these retailers do their part. I know they don't care. Money is money to them. And a lot of these companies do not care because money is money, right? As long as the money is coming in, they don't care who buys it or who gets it. But I feel like if people really want this console, they should be able to get one. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's fair. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on this. But we got some interesting details here regarding pre-orders, and also from this particular analyst that we're going to be digging into. Also, we're going to be talking about Horizon Zero Dawn Remaster. Oh my God. So the rumors were true. It's on the ESRB website. It's happening. State of play announcement imminent. Now, I don't know who asked for this. I don't know who asked for this, because this game was patched for the PS5 and it looks amazing. And it also looks better than a lot of these games that are currently out right now. So unless Sony is doing something with this that warrants people to go out there and buy it, I just don't know. And then, is it going to be $70? I don't know. Is it going to be a $10 upgrade? We don't know. But it's kind of a head scratcher, considering that I've been saying this, man, for the long. Is it obviously PS5 Pro enhanced? I can almost guarantee at the state of play, which we're going to talk about later on in the show, I can almost guarantee you guys that it's going to be PS5 Pro enhanced. And I don't know. Maybe that's going to be a way for them to, lower people into buying it or whatever the case may be. But more on that at the latter part of this show. Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth ain't looking too good in terms of profit, in terms of sales and everything like that. Apparently, so we're going to be digging into that as well. And God of War Ragnarok. Yes, tomorrow for PC. So if you do love God of War and you have been God of War Ragnarok and you've been waiting for it to come to PC, there you go. You should be happy. Make sure you got those super rigs ready to go to run. And most of these, PlayStation ports typically be well optimized and things of that nature. So nothing should be worrisome or anything like that. But yes, God of War Ragnarok, for those of you who care for the PC version, there you go on that one. So wanted to update y'all on that as well. And then Elden Ring on the PlayStation 5 Pro as well. We do have some information here to go over and discuss in regard to that, in case if you want to replay Elden Ring whenever you get your shiny new PS5 Pro. All right, guys. So let's dive right off into it, man. Let's get right down to business. And then we're going to talk about the Switch 2 as well. So do me a favor, hit that like button for me. Let's see if we could get over 300 likes. That's the standard now moving forward. So we've been crushing it as a community. Let's keep on going with the likes and getting the likes up. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Because you guys are the life of this show. You guys are the life of this podcast. At any moment during the show, if you have any questions or any concerns, feel free to super chat or Goku in the description. Anything in between, if you have any questions or anything like that, feel free. All right. So let's talk about the PS5 Pro once again. I promised you guys that I was going to update y'all on anything regarding to the PS5 Pro, anything official, anything coming from credible sources regarding the PS5 Pro, I will update you guys. All right. So here we go. We do have some very important information to go over if you're trying to get this console. Okay. All right. So let's put a timestamp on this one. Hit that like button for me, guys. And I hope all is well with everyone. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So pre-order information. I'm pretty sure you guys are eager to know what's going on with that. Obviously, September 26th is when PlayStation is going to be having it on their PlayStation Direct website. So you can pre-order on September 26th. We do not have a time for when pre-orders are going to go live. I'm pretty sure we're probably going to learn about it closer down, to next week, maybe Monday or something like that. We'll find out the time there. But what is very interesting here is last night, I actually, did tweet about this for you guys. And, I think a lot of people are, generally speaking, excited about this because they're like, oh, well, I was wondering when, all this information was going to go up. So Wario64 actually put it out a tweet yesterday. And so as of right now, the placeholder listing page for the PS5 Pro is on Amazon, and it's also on Best Buy, which I can show you guys currently right now in case if you don't believe me. All right, so it's up. We have a box art. We have everything of what it's going to look like in the retail packaging. We also have the release date. Everything is legit. The price, all of that. It's right up on Best Buy right now for those of you who are going to be pre-ordering through Best Buy. So let me pull it up on screen for you guys. And voila, there it is, man. So want to know what you guys are thinking through your heads. There it is, the official PlayStation 5 Pro listing. It is here. As you guys can see, there is no 8K on the box, even though Sony touted 8K. It can do 8K. We learned from CNET that that it's going to do Gran Turismo 7 with 8K upscaling, but there's no 8K on the box. But as you guys can see, 4K 120 HDR. All right, because we know that it can go up to 120 frames HDR, disc free, as you guys can see right there. It's similar to the OG PS5 digital box. It's similar to the PS5 Slim digital box. So nothing new in terms of the box design. Same black and blue and things of that nature, and white with the letterings and stuff like that. And I don't know what's this down here. Oh yeah, it says disc free console at the bottom. I was trying to make out all the stuff right there, but that's it. That's the other box art with the consoles standing right there. This is the console just laying down, and that's it again. That's it again, and that's it again, and that's it again. So obviously we can't see the back of the box. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of marketing they're going to have on the back of the box. I'm pretty sure it's probably not going to be anything crazy, but there it is, and it's listed for $699. which it's going to be selling for $58 a month for my people with good credit. And all the specifications, as you guys can see, 2 terabyte, 4 USB ports, PS5 Pro, the model number, white, no optical drive, SSD, blah, 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 blah. So there it is, guys. It's official. It's up on Best Buy right now. You can hit notify me if you want to do that. It's entirely up to you. All right. So there it is. It's officially listed on Best Buy for pre-order. So October 10th, remember what I said, October 10th is when Best Buy, Target, Amazon, and everybody else will have, pre-orders ready to go. On top of that, I wanted to update you guys. We have a time. We finally have a time for one specific retailer that I wanted to update. So it's also listed on Amazon as well. So for my Amazon dudes, if you purchase from Amazon all the time, this is the only pre-order for the PlayStation 5 Pro that we do have a specific time frame on what time you can start your pre-order. Every other retailer, we don't know. PlayStation Direct, we don't know. So pay attention. So here we go. So this is coming from Wario64. Says right here, Amazon pre-order for PS5 Pro begins on October 10th, which we already know, 2024 at 7 a.m. PT, 10 a.m. EST. So you hear it right here. Shouts to my man Wario64. Between 7 a.m. PT and 10 a.m. EST. So make sure you are up and ready an hour before. And what I'm going to do is on October the 10th, I want to do a pre-order stream so that I can try to help you guys get your PS5 Pros, telling you guys, hey, it's up for pre-order, or hey, it's back in, here's the link and go pre-order it, or whatever I can do to try to help you guys, speed up the process. But yeah, try to be on time, because I'm telling you guys right now, if you want to get this console, make sure you're up early, at least an hour early. Get your finances in order. Make sure you're logged in. Make sure you're ready to go. Also, PlayStation Direct, September 26th, which we already know. And then retailers, October 10th. So there it is right there. Make sure you guys are prepared. You can't say I didn't tell y'all. All right. So, Marlon, what else about pre-orders do you want to share with us? I'm glad you asked. Let's go ahead and let's dig into this, because this is very, very interesting. And I'm sick and tired of freaking doggone scalpers. People just buying up all this stuff and then you can't even get your friggin' hands on it. And it's very, very, very annoying. All right. So this is coming from videogamer.com. Remember what I told you guys at the beginning of the show. Let's dig right into it. Look at this right here. Let me highlight this for you boys. PS5 Pro pre-orders might be limited. Are y'all hearing? Might be limited as a anti-scalping measure, right? Analysts suggest. So they might put some anti-scalping measure in place to limit the amount of PS5 Pros that are going to be up for pre-order, or how many you can get, or whatever the case may be. Don't know how much this is going to actually help, but man, it's time to filter out them freaking scalpers and people who generally really want the system, like I told you guys from day one. And I'm going to say this again 100 times over until you guys get it. Stay away from eBay. Stay away from scalpers. This console is already expensive enough as it is. Stay away from doggone scalpers. If you balling like that, then that's your business. But I'm just trying to tell you guys, buy it for the retail MSRP. Do not sit here spending no $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, because it's fixing to go crazy come October 10th. So it seems as though that Sony might be measuring or taking this very seriously on PlayStation Direct, kind of super limiting the PS5 Pro. I typically, whenever they do pre-orders, as far as I can remember, they typically do one per household, right? And that's just the way it is, just to kind of limit a lot of the scalping and things of that nature. But people always try to find different ways to go around the system, especially like 4 years ago when we were trying to get, the base PS5 and things of that nature. So it says right here that the PS5 Pro might have its pre-orders limited as a countermeasure against scalpers, analysts suggest. As of September 26th, the only place to pre-order the PS5 Pro is direct from the manufacturer itself, unless you live in a region it doesn't directly deal in. So there's that one for you guys, in which case it will be available from select retailers. Listen to this, guys. This means Amazon and Best Buy will not be stocking the PS5 Pro for pre-orders at launch. Are you hearing this? In terms of high street retailers, it's not yet confirmed which will be stocking it, unlike what we saw with the PS5 Slim. So there you go on that one. And obviously, a bunch of this information is coming from John Welfare. So he said, a well-regarded console analyst has suggested that this is a anti-scalping measure, or they aren't expecting a lot of pre-orders to begin with. So it could be either or. Maybe they might be saying, ain't that many people going to pre-order the PS5 Pro to begin with. So we're just going to limit it. I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see, guys, on what happens. Even the old limited Spider-Man 2 bundle had availability at other retailers along with the PlayStation Direct from the start. So there it is, guys. Obviously, it seems as though that Sony might be preparing themselves for the 26th. Maybe they might be having something in there to kind of help filter out a lot of these bots, scalpers, whatever the case may be. Obviously, they're saying here after after the 26th on October the 10th is fixing to be crazy. So there's that. I really do hope that people who, generally speaking, really want the PS5 Pro, that they can get it and they don't have to deal with scalpers. Like I told you guys, this is going to be different than how it was 4 years ago with the base PS5, because obviously we were in a pandemic. We're no longer in a pandemic. And so it's going to be easier. Manufacturing is going to be a lot easier now. There's no constraints or anything like that. So it's going to be available, more steadily available. So even at launch, if you want to get this console, you should be able to go into Target, Best Buy, GameStop, wherever, whichever retailer you got in your city, and you'll be able to get one easily, without, having to worry. Because what I keep telling people this, bro, like, this is not the base PS5 all over again. This is a high-end, super niche console that is not going to be for everybody. Out of the entire fan base of people who own a PlayStation 5 will still keep their base PS5, okay? And maybe only 10 to 15% of that fan base is probably going to be getting the upgrade into the PlayStation 5 Pro. So, there is that one. So you should be able to get your hands on a Pro. That's basically what I'm saying. So if it's sold out after, October the 10th, you should be able to get it sometime in October after the 10th. And you really shouldn't have to try hard. Like, you should be able to, if you try enough, you'll be able to get it real easy. So there it is. And I wish everybody the best, come the 26th. I think the 26th is probably going to be like the most amount of traffic. And then the 10th. And then after the 10th, I think it's just going to be anybody's guess on, availability in terms of how many stores are going to be stacking, how many PS5 Pros and stuff like that. Because I remember too, at least with GameStop, like they only had a limited amount. You know what I mean? And it was strictly based off of pre-orders, because when I spoke to that GameStop regional manager months ago, he told me that, hey, they're not going to have any overstock of PS5 Pros. They're just going to be ordering exactly what people pre-order, which typically is the way how it used to be and still is today. But I'm guessing 4 years ago, they were having overstock. And then they were calling people and telling them, hey, we do have an extra one, blah, blah, blah. Come up to the store and get you an extra one, especially if you do know somebody that works at GameStop. Best Buy, I think, was doing something similar to that. But, hey, nevertheless, like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. All right, pre-order details out the way. Let's move on. Oh, boy, here we go. Horizon. I don't know who asked for this game. I don't know. And, it's so sad because, if people already have it to say that all we're getting is nothing but remakes, remasters. No, I'm going to be on this topic for a little minute. I'm just tell y'all because I do have a lot to say. Okay? I do have a lot to say. And you should have a lot to say. It's already bad enough people are calling the PS5 Remake Station 5, Remaster Station 5. Where are the new games? Especially with a Pro console coming out, you already know how people are. That's the talk of the town now, is that here we are. We're getting a new console and no new friggin' games, right? And then on top of that, you're hearing people saying, well, what about your older franchises? You know what I mean? Like older. Like we're talking about Killzone, MotorStorm, SOCOM, Warhawk, all these games that, Resistance, all these games that, we continuously talk about on this channel over and over and over and over again. And it's just not happening. People will be willing to take a Killzone Shadowfall or something like that. You know what I mean? And it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? They got all this Horizon stuff going on with TV shows, whatever, if they're going to dig into movies or whatever. And it's just like, bro, I know Guerrilla can do something else other than just Horizon. We already know Horizon, Horizon 3 is confirmed. We know that's coming. We got Lego Horizon Adventures. Like, oh my God, man, there's so much stuff about Horizon. And it's crazy because Killzone was literally the face of Sony, back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, it's so sad. It's so sad. There's so many IPs that we could be getting remastered or remade. And I think I know exactly what Sony is doing here. This is going to be one of those games that is going to be PS5 Pro enhanced, right? And the graphics is going to look better. It's going to play better on the PS5 Pro. And a lot of people are going to buy it. You see what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh, look at the graphics upgrade. I know how the game goes, bro. I know how the game goes. And, this is just the way it's going to be. You keep buying this stuff, like this is what they're going to keep on doing. And at the same time, it's just like the rumors were true. As much as we didn't want to, and this was like, what, a year and a half ago, we've been hearing about, Horizon. They're going to be doing a Horizon Zero Dawn. And I said, no, there's no way. You see what I'm saying? Because it's already patched for the PS5 and it already looks really, really good on the base PS5. So it's like, why are we doing this again? This game is not 10 years old. Like, why are we doing this again? Like, who asked for this? But anyways, here's the official ESRB. So here it is. It's going down. It's going down. Once you see the ESRB rating for this thing, it's happening. It's official. It's going down. It's happening. So, hey, man, this is what it boils down to, guys. I think that this generation is very, very underwhelming for a lot of people because, some people are saying, well, man, I just played this. I played this on PC or I just played the PS5 version of this game, with the patch, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, here we are again with another Horizon Zero Dawn. And not only that, we're supposed to be getting, Horizon multiplayer game or something like that. All sorts of stuff to do with Horizon we're supposed to be getting. So here you go, and who knows what the price point is going to be. And make sure you guys vote on the poll up there and everything. But yeah, who knows how much this is going to be? That's the $1 million question. Is it going to be $70? Because if it's $70, I think that's going to be a hard sell for a lot of people. Is it going to be a $10 upgrade? I don't even know what to even say on that. I don't think it's going to be a $10 upgrade. I could be right. I could be wrong. But you guys are going to be the only ones that can tell me, how do you really feel about this, man? Because it's a delicate situation happening. It's a delicate situation happening right now. Some people have it to say that Sony is out of touch with their audience, with their fan base. Like, they're really out of touch because if they are listening to their fan base, they would know. I've seen so many people out on Twitter saying, hey, Bloodborne, everybody's been asking for Bloodborne, and we're not getting that. We are not getting Bloodborne. It's not happening. So, and I've been telling people, I said, man, just give it up. Give it up on Bloodborne. Is either the PS5 Pro is going to help carry Bloodborne via backwards compatibility with Pro enhancements naturally, or it's just never going to happen. And it's like games like that is what people are asking for. And it's just like Sony's just, it's in Astrobot. You see what I'm saying? Like, the representation of Bloodborne is in Astrobot, but it's just like a lot of these games are just not getting the credit that they deserve. And, you spending all this money, time, resources, right, into a remaster of a game that is not even 10 years old. You see what I'm saying? And it's just like, bro, like, really? There are new IPs there are new IPs that could use the money from this. However, how much it costs Sony to do this, like that's what I'm saying. Like the money and time and resources it takes to remaster this, you could invest that into a brand new IP. You understand what I'm telling you? Yeah, it's so easy. But like I said, Sony's gonna do what Sony is gonna do, and all you can do as the fan or as the gamer, as the enthusiast, is vote with your wallet. Because I told you guys, I said more and more of this is gonna keep coming every single year. Prepare yourself. You see what I'm saying? More and more remasters are gonna happen. More and more remakes are gonna happen. And you know, for instance, Astrobot. It's okay to have a Astrobot on PlayStation every once in a while. A game like Astrobot. It's okay to have games like that. It's literally okay. You know what I'm saying? But
this Horizon ZD Remaster goes back to a previous conversation we had when Sony has no competition and becomes complacent. This is what happens.
I don't even think, listen, I can't even just blame this on competition. I can't even just blame it just on competition. I honestly feel like even if Sony have the competition of Microsoft, which in the software department, Microsoft have more IPs than Sony and more studios than Sony. It's in the hardware segment they're struggling the most and not competing with them. I'm not going to use the Xbox excuse or competition excuse on this. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Look at the price of Until Dawn PS5 version. Horizon Zero Dawn will be the same.
Well, there you have it. I'm not going to use that excuse because you know what? Even if Microsoft was aggressive, Sony still will be doing this because they have TV shows, they have movies. Like they're trying to milk every single IP that got a TV show. Don't y'all pay attention? Twisted Metal, at least with Twisted Metal, they canceled the Twisted Metal multiplayer game, right? Only God knows why they did that and gave us Concord instead. They're milking all of these IPs that nobody cares to replay, that they have already replayed already. You see what I'm saying? So even if Microsoft was giving them a run for their money in the console space, they still be doing this stuff because they have movies and TV shows to make. And when they remaster and remake these games, that's extra money. Listen, I keep telling y'all, it's all about the investors and the shareholders. It's more about them and less about us. I keep telling y'all that, but y'all don't listen to me when I talk to y'all. You hear what you want to hear, right? It's all about the shareholders and the investors, about what they want and numbers and all this and that. We're at the bottom. You understand what I'm saying? And it's already bad enough that we don't have any way of communicating with Sony. They don't communicate with us. They don't let us in on what they got going on, or at least with Microsoft, they at least have a development. This one thing I will forever give Microsoft their flowers, because at least with Microsoft, they give you a developer's direct every single friggin' year. You get a developer's direct, so you know what's going on. You also know the progress of these games. Sony, element of surprise. And I'm starting to believe all these rumors now, because all these rumors were from a year, 2 years ago. And we were talking about this on this channel. You see what I'm saying? And I was like, man, please don't be true, because there are so many other games that Sony could remake and remaster and make happen. You see what I'm saying? There are so many games that you can remake and remaster. But no, you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? What you want to do is what you feel you ought to do. because you know that, hey, and if you're brand new to Horizon Zero Dawn, more power to you, because you're probably going to be able to play the best version of this game, even though it already looks incredible on the base PS5. You understand what I'm telling you? And it's probably one of the best looking games. And it just shows you what Sony first party studios are able to do. I mean, this game aged like wine. Like, you go back and play. Now, I see some people are saying, well, Marlon, the animations are stiff. And, you know, the NPCs this and the NPCs that. Yeah, whatever. But the game still looks amazing. You see what I'm saying? So unless we're going to see a huge jump, because I think what they're going to do in order to sell this remaster is put it into a state, which we're going to talk about the state of play after this. What they're going to do is come out and say, look, you know, this is remastered for PS5 and PS5 Pro. PS5 Pro is going to be the better version. This is what it looks like running on PS5 Pro. I can almost guarantee you in the state of play, they're going to come out and be like PS5 Pro Horizon, and everybody going to go crazy and be like, oh man, this looks better. They're going to show you the base PS5 version with it being patched, and then they're going to show you the Pro, and people are going to go crazy and be like, oh, I want to play this again. And the crazy part is, with all these games being patched for the PS5 Pro, 40 to 50 games that maybe majority of you guys have already played before, you're going to re-pick up or you're going to replay these games so that you can appreciate the higher fidelity or the higher performance running on the PS5 Pro. And then I know some of y'all are going to sit there and say, well, Marlon, well, what about the new stuff? Yeah, what about the new games? We're still waiting on the new games. And some of y'all could sit there and tell me, well, Marlon, ain't enough new games. Sony ain't got nothing to show. And it's like, think about what I'm saying, guys. How can Sony not have anything to show? Think about that. All these doggone games that's been in development for years. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these studios are due to show something. They're due to show something. Sony Ben, it's been since 2019 with Days Gone. They're due to show something. Sucker Punch, it's going to be the 5th year for the release of Ghost of Tsushima. They're due for something. Naughty Dog, obviously we ain't getting nothing from Naughty Dog anytime soon, because they're still in early phases with their stuff, with their project. We maybe see a trailer, if that. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of these studios that we need to see. Blue Point. What the heck is Blue Point working on? Apparently, they say they have, you know, a new IP. Now is the time. I'm tired of excuses. Now is the time to come out swinging with these new games. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to be as patient as I can, because remasters and remakes of games that people are not asking for, it's just not going to cut it. If you come out and start showing groundbreaking new IPs, you see what I'm saying? Sequels to these games that people have been waiting on, that might get people really more excited than a remaster or a remake. Look at Until Dawn. Nobody asked for Until Dawn, right? Some people are saying it's too pricey, right? And at the same time, yes, it's built from the ground up to take advantage of the PS5, Unreal Engine 5, all this and that. But nobody asked for Until Dawn. Nobody asked for Horizon. And it's like, bro, we're getting all these remakes and remasters because of TV shows and movies and other business ventures that Sony got into play. And I keep telling y'all, it's about business and about growth and about money, and less about less fan service and more about that. And the more you realize that, the more you can understand the roadmap that Sony got. And pretty much now, since the beginning of this generation, you can continue to expect Sony to do more remakes and remasters as fillers to step in between the big releases, right? Because the big releases are taking longer than usual. I don't even know if you guys are paying attention to what I'm saying. These friggin' AAA games are taking longer to develop. 5, 6, 7, 8 years. This is not a game. This is real. This is facts. So what Sony is doing here is, here you go. Here's a remake or a remaster of something that you have already played 4 years ago, 5 years ago. All right. But where are the new IPs? Right. And like I said, every once in a while, you do need an Astrobot type of game. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying for them to release Astrobot type games every single time. Every once in a while, it's okay. You see what I'm saying? To kind of balance out the games that you're putting out and everything like that. But too much of the same thing, bro, is never good. Right. And you see how the backlash is right now. You see how some people are feeling right now. And like I said, Sony is long overdue to show new games built from the ground up to take advantage of the PS5. Now, have Sony been releasing games? Yes, for sure. Have Sony been doing a better job over the years since the launch of the PS5 putting out software? Yes. Than their competition? Yes. You know, every single year it was something from Sony, right? It might not be what you're looking for, but at the same time, they did release some stuff. But at the same time, it's like, bro, like we're asking for these games and it's like we're not getting them. Why are we not getting them? Oh, because, well, in the past, it didn't sell well. You don't know that now because we have a whole new generation now. I mean, a Killzone will hit harder than a Storm right now. You see what I'm saying? Because we're in an era where a lot of these multiplayer games are needed now more than ever. Like you see, Call of Duty is the king right now when it comes to multiplayer games. Nothing is topping Call of Duty when it comes to multiplayer games, right? And it would be really nice to see Sony come out and be like, okay, after Helldivers, okay, Concord fail. Okay, we have Marathon next year. Okay, we have Fair Games. Let's try to go back to what actually worked. Now we have better technology. Now we have, better developers, whatever the case may be. No, we're not going to do that.
Microsoft bulked up its studios to make more games. Sony won't be able to release as many even with third party. I'm good with Series and PC.
Sad, man. Thank you for the super chat. It's sad. It's very sad. But let me know your thoughts. Will you be purchasing Horizon Zero Dawn? I'm interested to see how this will run on the PS5 Pro. And I'm also interested to see how Sony handles the price of this game. Are they going to slap a $70 price tag on it and be like, here you go? Are they going to charge you $60 for it? Here you go. It's remained to be seen. What are going to be the upgrades? Is it a whole overhaul upgrade similar to Last of Us remake, RE4? I don't think so. But it's a remaster, not a remake. So I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know at this point. So let me know y'all thoughts. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. But hey, let's talk about this state of play. Oh, Lord Jesus. All right. So state of play time. Let's talk about the state of play. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Here we go. So, PS5 state of play. Unfortunately, everybody was expecting a showcase. And the reason why we're talking about the state of play now is because Lunatic Ignis, it's the 18th of September. Lunatic Ignis said that he was correct about the May state of play. He was also correct about Black Myth Wukong DLC information. He was correct on all that. And he was also correct about the PS5 Pro as well. So solid track record there. And the reason why we're talking about the state of play today is because, well, tomorrow is the 19th. So will Sony make the announcement tomorrow for state of play? We will see. Now, Jeff Grubb, which is very reliable when it comes to PlayStation leaks, he's saying the 24th. So if we don't see Sony announce a state of play for Friday or something like that, because Lunatic Ignis said between the 19th and the 20th for a state of play, which is going to be tomorrow. Okay, so we'll see. If we don't get an announcement tomorrow, then it ain't happening this week. All right. It's just not happening. And then we have until the 24th originally on what Jeff Grubb is actually saying. Now, let me tell y'all this. Now, according to Lunatic Ignis, he did say that we can expect some first-party games here and also third-party. But I think it's going to be predominantly more third-party games. It's going to be a whole crap ton of PS5 Pro enhanced games at this state of play. Okay? So there's that, man. There you go. There you go. Sony got to sell this PS5 Pro. Now, Sony does have TGS that's actually going to be going down Tokyo Game Show. They're going to be, having some presence there. I mean, they haven't been at Tokyo Game Show, since 2019. So they're going to be heavy there. They're going to be showing off Death Stranding 2. And I do believe that Death Stranding 2 will be at this state of play. And then they're going to be showing it off later down this month, running on PS5 Pro. And it's kind of sad because if that's all we're going to get in terms of first party, that's pretty sad. You see what I'm saying? I would at least hope that we get to see some more first party games, because that's what people really, really want to see. Yeah, you're going to be showing off a bunch of third party PS5 Pro enhanced games, but where are the first party games? Where is the roadmap? You see what I'm saying? That's what people want to see. People want to see, first party games running on PlayStation 5 Pro. The console is already expensive as it is for a lot of people to afford, right? So this could be a very good way to convince people. Now, pump your brakes, because I'm about to go in. Listen to me and listen to me very carefully. It's very crucial that Sony comes out with a state of play before pre-orders go live for PS5 Pro. It's very important that they have an event before pre-orders, because that's going to help convince the buyer to say, oh, okay, well, Sony came out and they showed off this and this and this and this and this. Or they show off this and this and this and this. If you're buying a Pro for third-party games, well, you're probably going to be sold either way, because you're going to get a crap ton of third-party games being shown off anyway. But for the Sony elite fan base that are just interested in exclusive games, yeah, it would be pretty nice for you to see some first-party games running on PS5 Pro, right? And then running on the base PS5, right? That will be nice. But we will see, because September 26th is right around the corner. It's next week. It's happening next week. And the date that Jeff Grubb is given is September 24th, which is 2 days before the pre-order date. So that's very crucial. Show off what you're going to show off. Convince who you're going to convince to buy this machine, this pretty niche machine. And then do your Tokyo Game Show, because Sony is going all out with, different booths at Tokyo Game Show. And then they're going to have on-stage presence, with Death Stranding 2. And I think for some people, they're just okay with Death Stranding 2, because literally that's all we really know for 2025. I don't even think Wolverine is going to be coming out in 2025 at this point. I don't even think Ghost of Tsushima 2 is going to be coming out next year. I just don't see it happening. Now, if we get, say for instance, all we get is just second party and third party and maybe one major first party game, which is Death Stranding 2. And then at the end, we get a surprise trailer, which we might not get, because apparently, according to Lunatic Ignis, we're going to get one world premiere at the Video Game Awards, right? And we already know that the Video Game Awards is known for big releases, right? Big world premieres, big new IPs. It's a possibility that Ghost of Tsushima 2 could get revealed there. And then they slap the 2026 number on the trailer, on the teaser trailer, or on the trailer for that. And that's 2 years away. So yeah, there you go. But then again, some of y'all probably will say, well, 2026, isn't that when Wolverine is supposed to be coming out? I don't know. Are you gonna cram Wolverine and Ghost of Tsushima 2 in the same year? It's possible, because what else are you going to release in 2025? Unless it's coming out in 2025, which I think will be huge, you know, and but then you also got to factor in GTA 6. Even though we're hearing that apparently, according to higher ups in the industry, that GTA 6 internally, I think they have until May of next year before they will know if it's not coming out in 2025. Because we were hearing some rumblings that it's going to be 2026 at this point. So do you want to release your game in 2025, at least fall 2025, Sony, knowing that GTA 6, because I'm telling you right now, GTA 6 is a tornado. It's a huge freaking tornado. It's an E5 tornado getting ready to destroy everything in its path. So I'm telling you right now, that's why you see a lot of developers are watching the forecast right now. They're watching the weather. They're like, oh my God, it's about to storm very badly late 2025. That simply means Mayday, Mayday, get your doggone game out of the radar because it's about to get destroyed with GTA 6. Ain't nothing touching GTA 6. Not no doggone Call of Duty, not no Sony first party games. Nothing can stop GTA 6. So the question is, what is your roadmap? Because we know that they're not going to stop making live service games and expect we do have a state of play, we might see Marathon. We might see gameplay for Marathon because apparently that's what 2025 and they're going to be charging $40 for that. Fair Games is also another game. I'm just hoping that Sony keeps on going down this live service path. You know, they just gonna have to make sure that they cross their T's, man, because this ain't no joke. Live service games are no joke. You're playing with fire at this point. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Like in terms of the hype, when it comes to state of plays or anything of that nature, it's a hit or miss when it comes to state of plays because you just don't know what you're gonna be getting. But PS5 Pro will be carrying the state of play. They're going to show a crap ton of third-party games for PS5 Pro. So at the bare minimum, lower your expectations and expect a crap ton of third-party games for PS5 Pro. Why not? Because they have to sell that console. And according to Sony themselves, 40 to 50 games will be patched and ready for PS5 Pro by its November 7th release. I know, this is not what you want to hear. I'm sorry, but I have to be real and I have to be realistic. There's no hyping this thing up. Set your expectations low. Going into this state of play, if this is true, with very low expectations, because when you go in with very low expectations, you won't be disappointed. You see what I'm saying? So there's that one. Let me know y'all thoughts in the actual comment section. What do you guys think about this PS5 state of play? There it is. All right. So let's move on here. Let's move on. So I wanted to talk about let's get God of War Ragnarok out the way real quick. So let's talk about God of War Ragnarok. For those of you who are picking this up on PC, Steam, Epic Store, whatever the case may be, you know, there you go on that one. Hit that like button for me and share out the stream. I appreciate you guys. All right, so let's talk about God of War Ragnarok and what's going on with that. All right, let's take it away. All right, so there you guys go. God of War Ragnarok brings a host of new features to PC, available tomorrow. So it says Santa Monica Studio and Jetpack Interactive team up to bring the accessibility and gameplay features to the PC port. There you guys go. Reduced puzzle hints option. So there you guys go on that one. Cinematic audio description. So there you guys go on that. And streamer alerts. As a thank you, we take the time. Okay, that's cool. That's cool for the streaming community like myself here. That's pretty cool there that they actually added that. So they added some custom alerts and stuff. I'm gonna have to look into that one, right? That's that's actually pretty cool for streamers like myself. New followers, new subscribers, new donation, new gifted.
Ghost May 2nd, 2026, DS2 Sep 2026, Wolverine November 2026.
Yeah, we'll see. I think so. I think so. It says that we have launched a new fan ready kit for our launch on PC. So they have like full fan kit, wallpapers, banners. That's kind of cool for people who really want this stuff. So let's take a look at the PC launch trailer here.
Wars are won by those that are willing to sacrifice everything.
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos? All that blood on your hands, on your son's hands.
Nothing is written that can't be unwritten. Remember? We shouldn't let prophecy define our choices.
We will make our own destiny.
All right, there you guys go. There it's happening. There you go. Yeah, that sounds familiar, huh? Yeah, right from the channel. We would create our own destiny. Shouts to the homie, the man, the myth, the legend, Kratos, baby. So yeah, there it is, man. Go grab that thing if you want to play it on PC. Yeah, they're saying it will be available tomorrow on PC and things of that nature. So there's that. I think they have already went over like the specs and all the other bells and whistles and things of that nature for the game. So yeah, there's that. All right, let's move on here. Let's talk about a PS5 Pro situation that's being reported by PlayStation Universe. So if you guys are wanting to replay a lot of these games on PS5 Pro, you should want to know, or at least have an idea. So those tech experts over there at Digital Foundry, they're back at it again. Okay. All right. Obviously, we're just going to have to wait and see on what, Bandai Namco decides to do and what, what you call it. I can't remember their name right now. You guys know who I'm talking about. Anyways, let's go here. So says right here that Elden Ring on PS5 Pro could reportedly run at locked 60 FPS in performance mode. Well, there you have it. So let's dig into what they're actually saying. It says, would it be locked 60 in quality mode? It will be great if it does, but perhaps not. The frame rate mode, though, that's still going to be there. You're still going to be able to access on PlayStation 5 Pro, and just the introduction of dynamic resolution scaling there should make a difference. It should get you 60 or get you to 60. So there you go. We'll see. Because from what we're able to find out during the testing, a lock 60 FPS in quality mode isn't likely, but performance mode should offer that silky smooth frame rate that Elden Ring currently struggles to hit. It says it should also be noted that this isn't obviously 100% accurate test of the PS5 Pro boost mode, as the hardware obviously isn't available yet. So again, nobody has the Pro. So this is just pure, speculation on their part and things of that nature. We will see. Once this is literally available, and things of that nature. Obviously, they are basing this off of a PC test powered by a AMD Radeon RX 6800. So should put it roughly in the same ballpark of a PS5 Pro. So that's where they're getting this from. We will see. They don't even have the Pro yet, so we don't know. You know what I mean? All this stuff is just assumptions and based off of what they will say equivalent GPUs to the PS5 Pro. So there you go. On that one. Let me know what y'all thoughts in the actual comment section. What do you guys think? They said pure remasters again. Yeah, that's what's going to keep happening, man. I told you guys to brace this generation. That's what you're going to be getting. Just like how it was 15, 17 years ago. I'm really hoping that it is a lock 60, but we'll see. We'll see what happens on that one. All right. I'm really hoping because with the PS5 Pro, we learned from, what's his name? Tom Warren, that not every single game is going to be running at 60 FPS. So on the PS5 Pro. So there's that. All right. Let's go ahead and let's move on. Hit that like button for me, guys. Hit that share button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Let's get it popping. So the Switch 2 making the rounds. Making the rounds. Yeah, so there's like a massive leak right now that's been making the rounds for the Switch 2. And the specs is literally out there. I mean, the design is literally out there now. So for those of you who are going to be buying the Switch 2, yeah, this is the rumored Switch 2 specs leak. So the SoC is NVIDIA GMLX30-R-A1. It's going to have 12 gigabyte of system RAM, which is really good considering that the Series S only got, 10 gigs of RAM. So apparently, if this is true, this is a step in the right direction for Nintendo because lately it just seemed like Nintendo is not about power anymore. So 12 gigs of RAM, very, very good. I can see developers utilizing that. And this is LPDDR5X RAM, which is going to be pretty fast. Also, it seems to be having 256 gigs of UFC 3.1, and then the speed is 2.1 gigabytes per second. So there's that one in terms of the storage. 256 gigabyte of storage, that's not enough. Sorry. Let's move on. It's going to have 2 cooling fans. So it seemed like this thing is going to put down some serious power because if I remember correctly, at least with the OG Switch, man, look how thick these bezels are, bro. Look how thick this looks so outdated. That's why I said the Switch OLED is literally the way to go because you have more screen real estate and less black old borders around the screen. But if I remember correctly, it just had one fan. At least the OG Switch, it had one fan. I think it had like one fan somewhere like right here. And then like you have like maybe 2 heat pipes going across. And then obviously you have your vents here and stuff like that. But yeah, so they're going to be having 2 cooling fans. So this thing is going to be putting out some serious power according to the leaks. And everything they're saying that supposedly it's going to be on par with a PS4 Pro when docked. Also, it seems as though that they're going to be adding a Ethernet jack to the dock. All right, which is similar to what we have gotten before with the OLED Switch. But there's that HDMI 2.1 output. Thank you for getting with the times. So there it is. So you can hook this up on your HDMI 2.1, TVs, monitors, things of that nature. So that's a step in the right direction there for Nintendo. And yeah, obviously it's going to be interesting to kind of see how they actually handle this. Now, also, too, the network chipset, that's upgraded. Obviously, we talked about the dual fans with the heat sinks and stuff like that. What else? Speakers. I believe so the speakers on this, the OG Switch. Where was the speakers again on this thing? Oh, yeah, right here. So the speakers were right here. And on the leaks, it seemed like the speakers are going to be down, like sort of like downward firing. So that's going to be interesting to see if the speakers are going to be any better or whatever the case may be. Also, they're adding a microphone on the Switch 2 as well. So that's really, really cool. And also the memory is going to be dual channel memory, and it's going to be at 75 mega transfer per second. Okay. 7,500. So that's probably the fastest that you can get with soldered RAM right now. So yeah, 7,500. So that's pretty fast in terms of that. So that's pretty cool. And maybe we can, see more support for the Switch too. You know what I mean? Than the OG Switch. Like, we're hearing about Battlefield, the next Battlefield game potentially on the Switch 2 from Vince Impella. We're hearing, obviously Call of Duty is going to be on there. I do want Nintendo to stop, at least with the Switch 2, make it to where we can talk to our friends natively on the friggin' console. Please. You're going to drive me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Make friggin' sure you fix that issue, bro, because we shouldn't need a stupid freaking phone to download a Nintendo app. That was so annoying. Just to be able to talk to your friends. You should be able to have that app built into the friggin' Switch 2, and then we'll be able to use that built-in mic, Bluetooth, whatever the case may be, peripherals or whatever, to talk to our friends on there. I hope that they improve the online, because that was one of my biggest gripes with Nintendo. The online was just not good, and the fact that they are charging for the online service, yeah, get that out of here, okay? But nevertheless, like I said, hopefully they improve the online. Another gripe that I have too is the friggin' UI software. The software, the UI on the Switch, the regular Switch, was so friggin' vanilla. Because all you could do, as far as I can remember, was change the colors from white to black. That's it. White to black. That's it. It is no themes. There's no nothing. It was just so vanilla. So at least I hope that with a new machine that they can give us a better freaking UI. I know. But these are some of my biggest gripes with the Switch. I'm sorry. But I have to keep it real. Please friggin' give us a better friggin' UI and stop with this, just basic freaking UI. At least, come on, man. So there's that on that one. But yeah, and the Joy-Cons, from what I've seen, I mean, look at this. look at this right now. Like, somebody with big hands. One of my biggest criticism of the Joy-Con, on the leaks too, it seemed like it's gonna have one of these release buttons for the Joy-Con. But one of my biggest criticisms to the Joy-Con was how flimsy it was and how cheap. These things are not freaking cheap. Okay. These things were like $80 as far as I can remember. These crap were expensive and still is expensive. I just feel like they're just too small for the average Joe with a big hand like myself, big old gorilla hands. It's just your hand just gobble up this thing, and it's just kind of too small. And then we had Joy-Con drift issues. So please, Nintendo. I don't see any other Nintendo YouTubers talking about this. We need Hall effect sticks, Hall effect joysticks. All right. Improve it with Hall effect sticks, because that's the highest quality, joysticks that you can have. All right. A lot of companies are upgrading their controllers, with Hall effect, joysticks and stuff. I mean, I'm moving this around, bro, and it feel like it's gonna snap out, like it's gonna fall out. It's just way too friggin' small. And the buttons and stuff like that. Another criticism: make the face buttons better. You see what I'm saying? Because I had issues where I'm playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and the friggin' buttons are sticking. You know what I mean? Like, it's just step up your game in terms of the qualities of these doggone freaking Joy-Cons, bro. Make them more comfortable to freaking hold. That's one of my biggest issues that I had with the friggin' Switch. Don't get me freaking started on Nintendo today. Make sure you fix the freaking Joy-Con. Make sure you're doing everything in your power, because I remember the lawsuits that Nintendo was going through when it comes down to all those Joy-Con drift issues and stuff like that. Please upgrade the Joy-Cons in terms of the analog stick, the button placement. Now, the triggers and stuff like that, you know, the ZR and R button and all the other top buttons, I didn't really have any issues. I guess more traveling would be nice with the actual triggers on the controller. I think more traveling would be awesome. Like, you know, you can press down just a little bit, tad more or something like that. But yeah, that's just my criticism on this one. And yeah, just make the controller better, man. Please do, Nintendo. We don't have time for this crap, okay? And according to the leaks, look at this. This was a crying joke. This was a crying joke when the Switch launched. Look at this flimsy freaking stand. Look at this stand, how flimsy this crap is. Look at this. What is this? Bro, this can snap. Look at this, flapping all over the place like Flappy Bird. Look at this. Flappy. Cheap freaking design. It took them to realize that, hey, you know what? Let's come out with the Switch OLED. You know what I mean? And I love the hinges because it's similar to the Legion Go. Like the Legion Go have a whole, like, you know, stand, you know, it's really, really well built. Just like the Switch OLED, where the whole stand comes out. That's more durable. And it seems like that's the route that they're going to go. So it seems like they learned from their lesson, you know, with the actual stand. USB-C apparently is going to be in there, USB-C. And OLED. Listen to me. I'm so friggin' serious. Apparently, this thing is going to be retailing for $399 and $500. Nintendo, you know I love you. Please make sure we are not going back to IPS. Get that out of here. Make sure with the Switch 2, OLED or nothing else, because I'm hearing that it's almost a bezel-less experience with the Switch 2. OLED or nothing. I promise to God, if you come out with this Switch 2 with a doggone standard IPS display, I'm going to be really pissed off. We're paying a premium for this console. We're paying more money for this console. Make sure you give us a beautiful, almost bezel-less friggin' OLED screen. I am so serious. I am not joking. I'm not even laughing. I'm not. OLED or nothing, because that Switch OLED, let me tell you something. That Switch OLED, it's a beautiful. I remember I was playing Metroid Dread on the Switch OLED, and man, the colors just pop off the screen. I mean, people don't understand the importance of a screen, especially when it comes to a handheld, especially when it comes to what you're going to be playing your games on. Your screen is very important as much as the device. This is not a game. The OLED Switch breathed new life into Switch game. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, because the older Switch games look so much better because the colors were vibrant. They were popping off the screen. The refresh rate just seemed like it was just better. Like it just seemed like it's just a better overall experience. So please, with this more powerful hardware, please give us a OLED screen. All right? Please let it be true. Okay. What else? I think VGC have some other things there that we need to throw in there. Man, I need to see a substantial upgrade, bro. I don't want to see no marginal upgrade. This is a successor, a Switch successor. So you need to make sure that those things are on par because, yeah, you're charging more money for this doggone thing. What else? Y'all ready for this? The images are also in line with earlier reports on the Switch 2 design. Previously, publications including VGC reported that the Switch successor would include a larger 8-inch screen, and a Nintendo patent suggested that it would be opting for a new magnetic attachment for its controllers. Listen to this. Two sources VGC spoke to last year suggested that the console could launch with an LCD screen. Whoa! No. Oh, no. This is what I'm... Oh, my God. Please do not be true. Oh, my God. Why? I don't want to hear no bull crap about cutting down on no costs. The console could launch with an LCD screen instead of the more premium OLED in order to bring down costs, especially considering the increased storage needed for higher fidelity games. I don't care. Do two different models. Do two separate models, one LCD and one OLED for the buyer who wants a more premium. Really, Nintendo? Really? You see, this is why this better not be true. This better not be true. Chinese peripheral maker they claim that the Switch 2 handheld will support 1080p resolution and that its new dock will support 4K resolution. Listen to me, man. Yo, they better include a OLED, bro. They better include a OLED, bro. Oh, my God. Somebody said Switch deck confirmed. Whatever. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section. I'm already disappointed already. This stuff better not be true. If they come out, bro, if they come out with the Switch 2, and I mean no OLED, I'm going to be pissed. I'm so serious. This is not a joke. Also, yeah, 2 USB-C ports on it as well. Magnetic Joy-Cons. So instead of like, I'm guessing, instead of you sliding it in the groove right here, and things of that nature, I'm guessing it's gonna be magnetic. So we'll see how that actually works. Friggin' LCD screen. Yeah, we gotta cut the cost down, Marlon. Man, OLED, bro. I'm so serious. I don't know what some of y'all are thinking right now. But they better have two separate models of the Switch 2. I'm so serious. They better at least have two separate models, one with LCD and one with OLED, because they can easily charge more for the OLED, and I'll pay it. I'll pay for the more premium. An 8-inch screen, bro, is on par with a Legion Go. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to be a joy to play on with a OLED screen. Man, bro, come on, man. Anyways, Q&A time. Let me hear. Battery life. There's nothing on battery life. I didn't see anything on battery life. No, I didn't see anything on battery life. I would assume that the battery life is going to be better than the Switch OLED and the Switch version 2. Remember when they came out with the Switch version? I believe this was a Switch version 2, the Animal Crossing one, special edition one with the better battery life. So I will assume that the battery life will be better, than the version 2 Switch. But, we'll see, man.
No OLED Switch 2 is like a PS5 Pro with no disc drive. Smiley face.
Hey, man, listen, bro. Lord, how you not going to give us a OLED? Bro, the Switch OLED is nice. The Switch OLED brings new life into the Switch games. I'm telling you guys, that Switch OLED screen, OLED is the way. It's the way, man. Mini LED and OLED is the way. You guys know what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? God dang, bro. You gonna give us a Switch 2 and then you not gonna give us an OLED screen? Oh, that's right. I forgot to talk about that. Hold on. Let me see. Final Fantasy, yeah, it's not looking too good. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Got sidetracked. So let me put a timestamp on this. Hit that like button. Thank y'all for reminding me. Hit that like button for your boy. Final Fantasy 7. Okay, let's put a timestamp on this. And Rebirth. Yeah. Thank y'all for reminding me about this joint, okay? All right. Oh boy, here we go. Buckle up. Here we go. Make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Let's see if we can get over 300 likes. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get it popping. So this is coming from PlayStationLifestyle.net. Final Fantasy 16. Listen to this. And Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth PS5 exclusivity may have hurt profits, which is the reason why we saw Square come out and say, yeah, we're going multi-plat with our games. This is why. You know what I mean? This is why, man. You know, like, that's crazy. So the report that we're getting right now is that Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth PS5 exclusivity didn't really work out for Square. And it actually underperformed, which those games are phenomenal games, right? If you're into that kind of genre of games, right? And, you know, them making it exclusive to PS5 did not help. It says players debate whether Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth simultaneous PC launch would have helped. Said today Square Enix provided an outline of financial results briefing that it held back in May 2024, which it posted a loss of 8.1 billion yen in the HD game segment. The company didn't obviously they didn't say anything or anything like that. And it also, on top of it, told shareholders that Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth profits unfortunately did not meet our expectations. Ay. Wow. So, yeah. This is why I think the best thing to do nowadays, you see Microsoft doing it, you know, exclusivity is slowly going away. You know what I mean? We're no longer seeing games exclusive just to one box. Games are going to PC. Games are going in the cloud. Games are going into mobile. Because these companies are taking an L, man, on the price. You see what I'm saying? On the price. And it sucks that, you know, it underperformed and it didn't do so well and things of that nature for a lot of people. But hey, man, like I've always said, it is what it is. You know, now you're just going to have to come up with different, you know, strategy and things of that nature because, well, this is what it is. And it sucks because, like I said, especially Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. And I do think that the sales for Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth is probably going to go up once people see a better version of the game, because some people I remember kind of held off buying the game because of the performance on the base PS5, you know, in performance mode. It just did not look the best. Final Fantasy 16 did not run the best on the base PS5. So, yeah, I can see a pro version of this, considering we heard from John Letterman that, and I believe CNET, that, you know, there's a night and day difference with, you know, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth running on PS5 Pro between, you know, the base PS5 and PS5 Pro. The PS5 Pro version is superior. So there's that one. But yeah, man, this is why I say performance does hurt the sales. Does hurt the sales. You see what I'm saying? It does hurt the sales. And so it's just kind of like, hey man, there you guys go on that one. Now this is what you guys been wanting me to show off here. And I think I might just throw this into the Matrix. I'll throw it into the comments. So there's a full video analysis of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on PS5 Pro to back up John Letterman's claim of it being a night and day. Do you guys want to see that? Because we can definitely take a look at that. So let me go ahead. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Hit that like button. Let's take a look at this video from Digital Foundry. Hit that like button for your boy. Let's take a look at FF7 PS5 Pro gameplay, right? Or whatever they're going to be showing. I do need to put this in the title for those of you who care to watch this. All right. So let's take a look here because we got a lot to talk about, guys. We do have a lot to talk about and discuss. So this is crazy. This is a lot to talk about. Okay. So this is coming from Shinobi. All right. Shinobi 602. So basically, Digital Foundry analysis, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is night and day improvement on PS5 Pro. Quote, delivers crisp, sharp 4K image, a far cry from the blurry and imprecise 1080p like rendering featured on the base console at the same 60 FPS. So you know, let's take a look here, man. You have improved skin textures reveal, poor detail that was smeared before, minimize. So let me see here. Let me scroll down to the bottom. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the actual video here. And let's see what's up. I want to see if there's truly any gameplay here.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a highly acclaimed game, and often a very good-looking one. Packing incredible character modeling, highly detailed open-world environments, and beautiful particle-filled combat, the game certainly had some very strong visual highs. But the title was let down by poor image quality in its performance mode, with lower rendering resolutions and a blurry final resolve. Those issues have lingered since the game's release, but the upcoming PS5 Pro promises to greatly overhaul the game's...
Wait, that's PS5 Pro? Hold on, wait. Let me brighten up the hold on. This is running on PS5 Pro. Hold on, let me turn up the brightness right quick. I need to see this. Bro. Okay. So you're telling me that this is the PS5 Pro running this game right now? Wow. Okay. Wow.
Soft and imprecise image. Early Pro footage released by Sony shows off 60 FPS gameplay with greatly improved, sharper looking rendering, providing a Final Fantasy VII Rebirth experience with far less compromise. So how does this new footage...
Oh, Jesus. Oh, look at the difference. Look at that fuzzy mess at the top and look at the Pro at the bottom. There is a difference. There is a difference, y'all. I can see I don't know if y'all can see it, but there is a difference. And this is what I said where the Pro comes in. You know, more sharper, more crisp, detailed environments. You know what I mean? Like, there it is. You can see the difference. You can see it.
Compare to the existing PS5 performance and graphics mode options.
Look at red.
And can it sustain a stable 60 FPS, even with the additional visual detail?
Wow. It looks better. It looks better.
Our 7-minute sample of FF7 Rebirth is an uninterrupted sequence that covers the beginning of Chapter 2, the first gameplay segment set in an open-world space. The footage is unlabeled, but the one visual mode we are looking at is targeting 60 FPS, just like the PS5's performance mode. Our intro cutscene here shows off the impressive fidelity the PS5 Pro is capable of. It's delivering a crisp, sharp 4K image, a far cry from the blurry and...
Oh, wait, go back.
Crisp, sharp...
Okay, can you guys see any difference here? Let's go back.
Delivering a crisp, sharp...
Okay. Can you guys see any difference here? Let's go back. Okay. Can you guys see any difference here? Let's go back. Delivering a crisp, sharp 4K image, a far cry from the blurry and...
delivering a crisp, sharp
it definitely looks more crisp. I mean, it's not a huge difference, but you can appreciate the sharpness and the crispness of the image. And that's what they said. That's what Mark Cerny was saying. That's where the Pro comes in. You know, if you look on the base PS5, I mean, it's not a huge difference, but you can see the difference.
Sharp 4K image, a far cry from the blurry and imprecise 1080p-like rendering featured on the base.
Oh my God! Look at the base PS5, bro. Look how fuzzy that was. Oh, I forgot how fuzzy this was, bro. This is crazy. Are y'all paying attention, bro? That looks so fuzzy. Wow.
The same 60 FPS update.
Bro, look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Cloud. Look how horrible this looked. Oh, no, that can't be real. On the base PS5, that's a fuzzy show. Look how fuzzy that looked. That looks like, I don't even know what else to say. There is a difference. If you're looking at this and tell me you don't see a difference, come on, bro. Come on.
Far more detail across the environment, especially in high-frequency texture detail and fine tufts of foliage. Skin textures really shine on Pro, with a specular sheen on Barrett here revealing poor detail that was smeared before. You can actually make out strands of hair on Tifa here, though of course the hair is still
okay, I mean, yeah, the hair, you can see the strands of hair on Tifa. I mean, yeah, you could see it a bit more. Yeah, there's obviously a bit more detail, on Tifa. Yeah, you can see it. You definitely can see it.
Hard-based, and dithering has been minimized relative to base PS5. Some of the quirks of FF7 Rebirth's TAA resolve have been fixed, like how ghosting is no longer really an issue. Certain camera moves tended to cause ugly trails of duplicated detail, and I didn't notice it popping up nearly as much during this footage, though in some moments I did spot some more minor ghosting. Also, distant trees no longer appear oddly transparent and shimmery, and have a more solid, stable look on Pro. If we step into gameplay, which I've tried to match as best as possible here, the same advantages continue to be evident. FF7 Rebirth packs a lot of geometry into every frame, boasting primitive
Oh my God, bro. Look how bad this looks on the base PS. Look how fuzzy this looks. I mean, on the right, you can see the Pro. You can see the environment more, like ahead of you, more than you can on the base. Man, you can see the difference. Is it a huge jump? No, it's not. But you can appreciate the crispness and the sharper image quality. Man.
Powered polygonal detail, and the PS5 Pro simply handles this much better than the base console. Ghosting on camera movement is much harder to spot on the Pro as well.
The vegetations
Combat
look better.
Frustrates the base machine a little bit, with blurry particle effects and poor image clarity producing a bit of a muddy look overall. PS5 Pro handles this scene impressively, much better than I was expecting, resolving crisp 4K-like detail even in relatively fast combat scenes. The motion blur also looks quite pristine and is relatively artifact-free. Particle effects look generally good in motion, though some freeze frames reveal a slight chunkiness relative to the rest of the presentation. That's probably because Rebirth appears to be using PSSR, or PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, which is Sony's new machine learning-based upscaling solution exclusive to PS5 Pro consoles. PS5 Pro packs a substantial increase in GPU grunt, but the cost of native 4K rendering,
guys, I want y'all to have GTA 6 in your heads, because like I told you guys, this is what's going to carry the PS5 Pro when it comes to GTA 6, the PSSR, man. Obviously, from what we're hearing, it seems like this is being applied to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I told you guys time and time again, that's going to be the star of the show. It's going to be doing a lot of the work and a lot of the heavy lifting, being that the CPU is the same. You see what I'm saying? Just 10% more in terms of overall performance. But I'm telling you guys, PSSR, it's only going to get better. Can you imagine next year around this time how more advanced PSSR is going to be? Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
overwhelmingly enhanced console. Instead, Square Enix has opted for this upsampling solution, taking the game from an average internal resolution of roughly 1152p or 1224p.
I mean, you can see the difference
to a 4K final resolve. I got counts as low as 1080p and as high as 1296p. So if we were able to get our own capture here, we might be able to see some greater variability. That's very similar to the resolution range of the base game, which hit comparable resolution figures in its performance mode. The difference here is on PS5, the game didn't use any form of temporal upsampling, instead taking that final rendered image and simply upscaling it, perhaps using a bilinear or bicubic upscaling solution. The game's final resolve also appeared oddly soft, lacking detail relative to some other games with similar resolutions. Square Enix also offered a performance sharp mode, which used a different upscaling method that produced sharper results, albeit with some additional blockiness. Preferences here are a matter of personal taste, but neither option offered the kind of image clarity that most other 60 FPS games on consoles are capable of delivering. The enhanced GPU capability and machine learning acceleration in PS5 Pro enables Square Enix to hit greatly improved image quality metrics, with the game now genuinely looking like a title rendered at a much higher resolution. At least some elements of the post-processing though, like the motion blur, appear to be rendered at a full 4K here, which helps to keep the game looking clean in animation-packed moments like fast combat. Outside of the image quality boost, the visual outcomes are a little more mixed. As far as I can tell, key underlying visual settings appear to be a match for the PS5 code. Shadow resolution, for instance, appears very similar, with very sharp detail at extreme close ranges, but greatly lowered resolution everywhere else. Foliage pop-in occurs at the same spots in my matched footage as well, suggesting there's been no change to that setting. Pop-in was annoying on PS5 already, and it's more apparent at this higher resolution. Plus, textures appear very similar, with the same occasional bits of low-res art popping up in this gameplay. Some deeper concerns I have with the game's lighting also seem to have gone unaddressed. Foliage often looks quite good, but smaller bits of vegetation aren't effectively grounded with shadows, either with shadow maps, screen space shadows, or something more far-flung like an RT technique, so they don't have a very natural appearance. I didn't see any evidence that the game's indirect lighting has been improved either, though to be fair, the quality of the GI was less of a concern in these directly lit open spaces. We don't have any footage of areas where the indirect lighting was more questionable, like in artificial city spaces. That's maybe a bit too much of an ask though, given the game's vintage at this point, and the fact that using PSSR to reach 4K 60-like rendering on PS5 Pro seems to take up much of the extra grunt available on the console. We find similar results.
Oh my God, wait, go back.
From similar results.
Wait, dang it, it's so quick. Go back. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could definitely tell. Like, I mean, it does look sharper. That's it. Everything looks sharper, more crisp. Especially on red right here. Like, I mean, yeah. You know, you could see more detail on a, yeah, you could see.
Well, on the console.
Not a huge
results in the preliminary footage from games like Spider-Man 2 and The Last of Us Part 2, which run at similar or identical base resolutions to their PS5 counterparts in their 60 FPS modes. PSSR upscaling carries a significant frame time cost, as does using full resolution post-processing, which isn't mandated for every game, but is suggested as a best practice by Sony. Obviously though, the visual results are what matters, and there the PS5 Pro handily bests the OG PS5 console. Comparisons to the PS5's performance modes are promising, but perhaps somewhat flattering for the much more capable Pro hardware. So what about the base console's graphics mode? This mode targeted 30 FPS and typically rendered at, or close to, a full 4K resolution, with Unreal's TAA used to clean up the image. Rebirth on Pro is delivering a comparable image overall, I'd say, though there are some differences. In the opening cutscene, the same issue with the distant trees pops up.
Oh my God, look how bad. You see how that crap is running on the base PS5? Hold on, go back. Man, that old choppy mess.
In the opening cutscene,
look at that choppy mess. Look how much smoother it is on. Look how much smoother it is on the PS5 Pro, and then look on the left, how choppy that mess is.
to base console footage, while the Pro delivers a more realistic result. The screen space reflections don't look that great in either view, but I'd probably say the Pro offers a slightly better result here. Ghosting is also less of an issue on the Pro. In terms of actual rendered detail, the Pro often actually exceeds the base model, despite its much lower resolution. Just look at how crisp Barrett's skin texture is, or how incredibly fine fur detail on Red 13 is resolved with outstanding sharpness.
Yeah, his fur and everything. I mean, it's
good,
sharper.
But the image resolve is a little bit soft given the high internal resolution. But there are some slight pain points on Pro. Tifa's hair is quite stable on PS5 here, while the Pro suffers from some odd shimmering, and some slightly strange swimming artifacts that can be typical of machine learning upscaling on these hair cards. It's a bit of a trade-off then. More detail in exchange for less temporal
Sharper on the Pro.
We also see some artifacts on the back of Barrett's vest in one shot of the opening cutscene.
I mean, they can fix that.
Here is distorted and doesn't render with the same detail as on base PS5. Though in other shots, the vest looks fine.
Guys, this is the selling point to the Pro. Being able to have a smoother experience in graphics mode is one of the biggest problems that people have with the base PS5. Because, man, look, you can see the difference. Like, looking at the base PS5 and the Pro running in the same mode, like, it's smoother. Like, that's what I want. I want a smoother experience. Like, I would love to play in graphics mode, y'all, but I can't do it. It's just too choppy. It's not smooth. That's why I always opt to go into performance mode, because performance mode will give you the smoother performance at the cost of resolution, right? And this is what the Pro will be doing is, hey, instead of you playing in performance mode and having, fuzzy or choppy looking resolution or performance, hey, we're gonna smooth all that out and give you a much more sharper resolution at that. And that's, to me, that's what I want right now, because a lot of these second party and third party games, bro, they're suffering right now. Yes, this is very early right now. I mean, this could get patched, before the Pro is out or on the release date for the Pro. And it probably is going to look a little bit better and more sharper and more crisper than this. And this is just in the very beginning stage. So can you imagine a year from now, by the time GTA 6 comes out, how much better the technology is going to be, PSSR is going to be? You know what I mean? That's what I'm excited about, because I really want to see, some differences. And I mean, already right now, I'm seeing the differences. So yeah, man.
Subtle depth of field effect didn't render correctly either, which is very likely an artifact of the upscaling process. PSSR also seems to have a tendency to blur together.
Hold on, pause.
Also picture Wukong and Crimson Desert. It's going to look amazing. I'm hype. Also, can you look into why my messages don't go through in YouTube? I appreciate what you do, bro.
Gifted. Oh, what's up, Gifted Gamer? Okay, yeah, you're the one that said you were trying to donate and it wasn't working. Yeah, I don't know why your messages. Maybe I need to look in to see if your channel got accidentally blocked or something. But thank you for the $3, man. Yeah, I am excited, especially Crimson Desert. Oh my God, I'm excited. I am.
During camera motion.
I am.
I imagine it's not very noticeable during typical gameplay and could easily be obscured by motion blur or a slightly laggy television panel. But it is noticeable in stopped or slow motion here. But the graphics mode on PS5 isn't exactly perfect either.
Hold on.
Presenting foliage with
hold on. You say you're not seeing anything that's worth $700. Okay, let me say this. You guys remembered the PS4 Pro, right? Okay, you guys remember the PS4 Pro. You guys also remember the 1X. You guys also remembered, now we have a PS5 Pro now. And it's a mid-generation refresh, guys. This is not going to be for everybody. This is my point here. Is that some of y'all saying, "Oh, this is not worth $700." It's simple, just don't buy it. This is for people who want better performance, when it comes to their games. They want their games to run smoother, or they want their games to look a little bit better. Like, that's it. It's never going to be a huge jump because it's not the PlayStation 6. You know, now some games might be a night and day difference, you know, give or take. But you have to understand that this is not a huge generational leap. It's a mid-gen refresh. Wait until you see the first party games. First party games are going to be the jump. You're obviously going to see a difference with the more powerful hardware with first party games. This is just third party. You see what I'm saying? And this is obviously Square Enix. They have to, you know, keep patching this and keep working with Sony and things like this to perfect it. But this is in very early stages right now. Guys, we're not even in November yet. We're not even close to pre-orders yet. We're not even right at pre-orders yet. We don't even have a state of play yet to really see stuff yet. You know what I'm saying? But hey, like I said in numerous streams before, you don't have to buy the Pro. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to buy the Pro because it's just not going to be that big of a jump for you. And that's fine. If you're happy with what the base PS5 is doing, keep your base PS5, because the majority of you are going to keep your base PS5, and that's fine. You see what I'm saying? This is for that super fan that's saying, hey, I want a sharper, more crisper resolution. Hey, I want a little bit more performance, or I want more performance. Not everybody is like that, bro. Not everybody is like that. You know, you know the history of mid-generation refresh. This is not our first mid-generation refresh. Same thing people were saying about, you know, PS4 Pro. Oh, Marlon, PS4 Pro is a waste of money. You know, it's fake 4K. Well, here we are again with fake 4K. You understand what I'm saying? I like to be honest and straightforward with y'all. It was the same thing y'all were saying years ago. You know what I mean? 6-7 years ago with PS4 Pro. Oh, PS4 Pro is a waste of money. Right? And then you fast forward in now. What do you expect? It's not going to be a huge generational leap. If you're looking for a huge generation, wait till PS6. Or wait till 2 years from now to get the next series consoles, or whatever, my next Xbox console. That's going to be a jump. But right now, this is what we got. You know what I mean? So listen, you don't have to buy it. Don't stress yourself. You know, oh man, this is $700. Is this what we get? This is early. This is still early. Like, this patch is not even out yet. Crazy, man.
Dithery look when the camera isn't quite still. Combat looks good on both machines, though the 30 FPS update on the base console looks a bit choppy because of its lack of camera motion.
Man, look
blur.
how smooth.
I really prefer camera-based motion blur.
Oh my
was
god!
Added to the game, and
look
its
how much
absence is
what,
especially felt in
bro, what? Look how much better the gameplay looks. Look how much smoother. What? Are you crazy in your brains? Listen, bro. I at least for me, I'm sold. I'm already sold at the fact. Look how in the graphics mode, it was so choppy on the base PS5. You see how smooth that is on the Pro? That's what I want. For somebody like me that's a hardcore fan, and I want the most frame rate, as the best performance as much as possible. What? Man,
so looks a bit choppy because of its lack of camera motion blur. I'd really prefer camera-based motion blur was added to the game, and its absence is especially felt in the graphics mode. Both machines look fine here with a similar enough rendition of particles and basically identical object-based motion blur. Probably the biggest issue here, though, is that the PS5 Pro just isn't that temporally stable relative to the base machine in its graphics mode. In shots with fairly minimal camera movement, it's pretty easy to find quite a bit of breakup in the image, at least relative to the graphics mode. The image stability overall is more similar to the old performance mode. I don't think this is anything like a deal breaker here, but the general instability of the image is the biggest sticking point if you are measuring it up against its full-res PS5 counterpart. Here, solutions like DLSS and XeSS typically deliver more temporally stable results. The brief snippets of Ratchet and Clank that we have appear to exhibit a similar problem, suggesting that this may be a characteristic weakness of the current version of PSSR. Overall, I think image quality is similarly good between the two consoles, although they do look fairly different. The Pro definitely gives you greater image detail, but it comes at the cost of more temporal instability. But the fact that we're getting comparable visuals at twice the frame rate really speaks to the promise of PSSR and of the Pro more generally. This is basically exactly as Mark Cerny claimed. The Pro provides the high quality graphics that the PS5 is capable of at 30 FPS, but at the higher frame rates that gamers typically prefer. That very effective use of PSSR here though does make you wonder a bit about the possibilities for mode selection on PS5 Pro. I think it would be perfectly sensible to only offer this 4K-like 60 FPS mode on Pro consoles, but if Square Enix did ship a 30 FPS mode as well, they'd probably have a fair bit of GPU time left over to enhance the game's visual presentation, plus possibly some extra GPU time afforded by adopting PSSR there as well. Of course, Square Enix has likely moved most of their focus towards FF7 Remake Part 3, and personally, I hope they are devoting their technical attention towards switching to Unreal Engine 5. But there is at least the potential for something interesting here, even though scheduling and the limits of Unreal Engine 4 might set some relatively hard limits on what can be realistically achieved. The graphics mode does operate with similar underlying settings as the performance mode on PS5, so at least pop-in and shadow resolution could likely be improved for a potential 30 FPS Pro outing. As a final note here, I wanted to take a look at performance. The PS5 in its performance mode generally ran at 60 FPS, but could suffer from occasional dips in especially heavy cutscenes or battle sequences. We do see a relatively minor drop in the opening cutscene here, and then a more significant decline later in the second fight sequence. Graphics mode suffers fewer dips, but does drop some frames in that second fight as well. PS5 Pro doesn't appear to suffer from the same issues. There are a couple of one-off dropped frames in the opening cutscene, either immediately following a camera cut or 2 frames after, but you would be very hard-pressed to notice in actual play. Elsewhere, the game is locked at 60 FPS, even in the second fight scene, which is quite demanding.
You see what I'm saying? You see, this is what I'm telling you. That right there, what are you just saying? The base PS5 in performance mode, it does drop in some scenes or cut scenes or during battle, and you can notice it. PS5 Pro, 1 frame, really? You're not going to notice 1 frame. That's what I'm telling you right now. This, if you're a fan of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and been wanting to play, this is the best way to play. Because it's like the PS5 Pro is giving you a locked experience and you're getting a sharper image. This is exactly what Mark Cerny was trying to tell us in that 9-minute presentation. This is exactly what the Pro is going to give you. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I want. If I can get a lock or close to lock frame rate, sign me the freak up. Because I'm tired, especially game like Black Myth Wukong, I'm sick and tired of frames just dropping and you see it. It's noticeable. You see what I'm saying? Whereas with the Pro, okay, you won't have that issue won't be relevant. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, man.
Seems likely that the GPU was becoming overburdened with Alpha before, but the Pro is fine here. Judging from the available footage, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's PS5 Pro upgrade seems very effective. It's a lot like what we'd expect from some of the better Xbox One X upgrades, which took 1080p games often to a full 4K. The native resolution here is far lower, but the perceived resolution is right about there, if not even a bit better defined than some native 4K games with TAA.
Ooh! Oh, pause. You see what I'm telling you guys? Pay attention what this man just said. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is early. First of all, this is an Unreal Engine 4. And then second of all, this is what I was trying to tell you guys about PSSR on how that thing can actually upscale the resolution. You hear what this man, let me back it back up so y'all can pay attention. Same rules is going to apply to games like GTA 6. You know what I'm saying? Because games like GTA 6 is going to be so demanding is not going to run at no 4K 60, but it's going to take a lower resolution, whatever that lower resolution is going to be, whether it's 1200p, whether it's 864p, and bring that up close to, if not better, or right at a 4K image quality. Like, or even 1440p. I even would be happy with 1440p at 60 frames on the Pro. Or if not, maybe dynamic resolution. As long as it looks sharper and more crisp and detailed than the base PS5, sold. That's it. That's all I want. That's all. The Pro, off of this video, the Pro is doing what I want it to do. And this is early. This is very, very early. This is what you're paying for. You're paying for better performance. Are we sitting here saying that, oh, it's a generational leap performance? You guys have to understand, this is a old friggin' engine. This is a Unreal Engine 4 game. You cannot expect this to look like an Unreal Engine 5 game. I think some of y'all are missing the point here. Some of y'all are thinking that with the Pro, the graphics is just going to be Unreal Engine 5. No, it's not. It's still Unreal Engine 4. But if I can have a much more sharper, more crisp, smoother performance, that's worth the money for me. Just, it's no different from PC. I keep telling y'all that. It's no different from PC because when you upgrade your GPU, some of y'all upgrade your GPU, but you don't upgrade your CPU. It's the same logic applies. You know, you're going to either be bottlenecked by the CPU, or maybe you might upgrade the CPU and then not the GPU, and you're expecting all this huge jump in performance. It's just not going to happen. And in this case, with the PS5 Pro, the CPU is going to be an issue. That's why they're giving you PSSR. And you guys are forgetting that PSSR will improve over time to give us better performance with these hard, heavy, taxing, intensive games. That's my point. And hear me loudly and clearly. It is not going to be for you. Some of y'all, it ain't going to be, and that's fine. Leave the Pro for people who want the Pro. Keep your base PS5 and keep your doggone PC. For those of you who are not impressed, I'm telling you, this is very early because Square Enix can very well patch this again and it can look even better and perform even better. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You understand? Similar to the One X. I told you guys about the One X and I said, listen, the One X was a beast because it was taking games that was 1080p and bringing it closer to 4K or right at 4K. And that console had so much more to give than what Microsoft was giving it in terms of support. PS5 Pro is going to do the same thing like the One X, but just even more powerful and even with PSSR being the way it is. You see what I'm saying? So guys, you have to be realistic with your mindset on this. This is not going to be for everybody. So don't waste your time. Don't buy this because if you buy it, you're going to return it because you're going to think, oh, I'm expecting a huge jump. If a game is already looking the way it look, it's not going to, the graphics is not going to be hugely different. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? Because it's friggin' Unreal Engine 4. Like you can't expect it to look substantially better, like generationally better. It's just not going to happen. Let's play this back real quick. We're almost done. Let's play it back.
But there, if not even a bit better defined than some native 4K games with TAA. My only real concerns here, outside of some quibbles with the current version of PSSR, come down to the likelihood that Rebirth's lighting issues will go unaddressed.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Let's go back just a little bit. Here we go.
The native resolution here is far lower, but the perceived resolution is right about there, if not even a bit better defined than some native 4K games with TAA. My only real concerns here, outside of some quibbles with the current version of PSSR, come down to the likelihood that Rebirth's lighting issues will go unaddressed. It's great to present vast seas of foliage to the player, but it's less great if that foliage doesn't sit naturally with the environment. Likewise,
man, that looks
Rebirth's
so good.
Artwork often looks excellent, but without effective
that
indirect
looks
lighting,
so
some
good.
shots can appear somewhat basic. On the flip side, the game has some soaring visual highs, like its real-time cutscenes, and those seem to
that looks
pretty
insane.
amazing on the Pro. with smooth frame rates married with impressive image detail.
Wow.
Realistically, squeezing this level of improvement out of the Pro console at this early stage feels like an impressive achievement and perhaps a sign of greater things to come as developers get to grips with the Pro hardware. So if you've been waiting to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it may be worth waiting a couple months longer, because PS5 Pro seems like the best place to play the Square Enix epic by a long shot.
Okay.
It's a remarkable visual.
You did not just hear it from me. You did not just hear it from me. You heard it from somebody else. Listen again. Listen again. I know y'all can listen. Listen again.
The Square Enix epic by a long shot.
Let me back it up again. Back up again.
Because
listen
PS5 Pro seems like the best place to play the Square Enix epic by a long shot. It's a remarkable visual turnaround. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell for YouTube notifications.
So for those of you who have been wanting a definitive version of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, for those of you who said that you were waiting on the PC version, you can go build your PC if you want to, but that looks really good. I mean, they said it in their title, a vast improvement at 60 FPS, and that's what we want. So what's your value proposition? You don't want to spend $200? You don't have to. Go spend thousands of dollars more, or go spend hundreds more and go get you a PC and wait for it to be ported to PC. Go ahead and wait. That's fine too. And you do have to understand what this man said. He said that PSSR is early. The footage that was provided to them for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, PSSR is still early. The console ain't even out yet. So can you imagine what they're going to be able to do once this technology gets updated even further? And you're really gonna start seeing some of the differences that you want to see. So don't write it. I've always tell you guys, it ain't over until it's over. When this console is out, when Sony comes out and show you the games running on the Pro, first party and second party and third party games, make your decision there. Too early for you to make a decision based off of what? Compressed footage on YouTube that Digital Foundry is guessing and spelling on. And a lot of these games are in early PSSR patch, PS5 Pro patch, all this stuff. Like, this stuff is not even fully ready yet. So if I were you and you're interested in the Pro, wait until the console launches. If you're not impressed, don't pre-order it. If this is not showing you evidence that there is potential there, don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. That's as real as it gets. Because I'm not going to tell you to buy anything. That's not my job. Your job is to decide whether or not you want this console or not. Don't take my excitement or my enjoyment or my opinion. It's up to you. Make your own doggone opinion. If you are not impressed based off of what's being said from Digital Foundry about all this nonsense argument about 864p and all this nonsense without any hardcore evidence from Remedy themselves. We haven't even seen nothing. This is the first gameplay that we have seen running on Pro since the Mark Cerny event a week ago. The Mark Cerny presentation. Choice is yours. The choice is yours. It says, why are people getting so worked up about the PS5 Pro? People need to relax. Buy the Pro. No, they don't need to buy the Pro. Don't buy the Pro. Don't buy it. Leave the Pro alone. Don't buy the Pro. Don't buy it. It's not for you. If you already have doubts, I see a lot of you guys, this for $200 more. Bro, this is early. The patch is not even out yet. Square, for all we know, is still working on it. Sony, for all we know, is still working on PSSR. People got to calm down. And even when it does come out and you're still not impressed, simple, don't buy it. It's as simple as that. Go build your PC. Keep your PS5. You see what I'm saying? Your base PS5. You're going to be 100% fine. When GTA 6 comes out and you're not impressed with the Pro, still don't buy it. Play GTA 6 on your base PS5 and be happy, and then wait a year and a half, maybe 2 years for it to go to PC. Simple as that. Go build your PC. Nobody stop you. You see what I'm saying? Period. End of story. That's it, man. That's it. He said, yeah. He says they have already had an update for PSSR. They're still working on it, bro. It's still being perfected right now. It's not final. They're still working on it. You know, Mark Cerny is still working on PSSR. Like, the console ain't even out yet. You can't even buy it. You can't even pre-order it yet. Plus, they haven't even shown us a lot of these games that are patched and ready to go for PS5 Pro. We have not seen these games yet. When we get that state of play, then we can talk. When this console comes out November 7th and developers when embargo lifts and developers are starting to come out and stuff like that, then you can talk. You guys have to understand this is early. And some of y'all talking about fake 4K and get this upscaling technology. Bro, PSSR, remember what I tell you. PSSR will be carried over to PlayStation 6. You can believe it if you want to or not. PSSR will be carried over to PlayStation 6 to help carry the PlayStation 6. So think whatever you want to think and think, oh, I don't care for AI and I don't care for upscaling. Okay. What do you think is going to happen when the new 50 series GPUs come out? There's going to be a new version of DLSS. It's going to be called DLSS 4. All right. There's going to be frame generation 2.0. These upscaling softwares are only going to get better with time. You're going to get more frames, right? Sharper image quality and better performance over time. This is what it is. Some of y'all are still like laser focused on native 4K. Like, not every single game is going to run at native 4K. Look at what's going on right now. Even on PC, there's a lot of games that can't even run at native 4K 60 without the help of DLSS. Come on. Really? Without the help of FSR. Some of y'all know this. Some of y'all know this already. But you want to, you know the technology is brand new. You know they haven't perfected the technology yet. But like I said, it's simple. Don't buy it. Make it available for other people who want to buy the Pro. Don't buy it. Leave the Pro alone. Don't buy it. Leave the Pro alone. Leave the Pro alone. For people who want to buy the Pro, leave the Pro alone. Don't buy it. He said, do you think PlayStation 6 is coming? Nah. PlayStation 6 is not going to be until 2028. PlayStation 6, let me check the poll really quickly. We had 744 votes. Thank you guys so much for y'all support. 72% of you guys said no, you will not buy the Horizon Zero Dawn remaster. No, I hope Sony is watching this. 72% of y'all are saying no. Not that it matters in the grand scheme of things, but 72% of y'all are saying no. And then 28% of y'all are saying yes. Yeah, that's a big gap right there. Very big gap. PS6 is not coming out anytime soon. According to the court documents, according to the rumors for PS6, it won't release until 2028. Anyone remasters, and I swear, hey, Horizon Zero Dawn remaster, cousin, it's a thing. You buying? He says the PS5 Pro is running in performance mode with PSSR to make it look more like the graphics mode at 60. There you go. The job of the PS5 Pro is to take the quality mode and the performance mode and fuse it together in one. That's what it's doing. So you're playing in the PS5 Pro mode, right? And it's using FSR to upscale from the base PS5 resolution. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? From the base PS5 resolution. So whatever that base resolution is, 1080p or 1200p, and give you a much more better resolution and still giving you that 60 frames. So there you go. It's simple. It's plain and simple. That's it. That's what it's doing. Get upscaled to 4K with 60 without issues. Exactly. And I would rather get upscale 4K than get native 4K and then this crap is dropping frames or this crap is giving me performance issues. You see what I'm saying? Because look how many games that are coming out this year, last year, that even on Series X, the world's most powerful console, can't even run the games at 4K 60. So I don't know why y'all sitting here acting like that. Because ain't no better. The only other better out there is PC. Not everybody can afford a PC to run every single game at 4K 60. Some of y'all are talking about $700 is too much. And for $700, it needs to do 4K 60. Can you build a PC for $700 that's going to give you 4K 60 on every single game? No. You cannot. You cannot. That's why 4080s are existence. That's why you have 4090s, 3090s, those higher end cards. You cannot build a PC that's going to give you every single game at 4K 60. This is why this is such a joke to me. This is why this is such a joke. Blessings. This is why this is such a joke. Because it's like, you can't even build a PC that's going to give you 4K. What you're demanding from the PS5 Pro, you cannot get that on PC for $700. You cannot. You cannot. You can't. With all these newly released games, with Unreal Engine 5, you see how much of a beast these games are. Crimson Desert, all these Unreal Engine, Warhammer, all these games, Space Marine 2, all these games. You see how much of a beast these games are to run on current hardware. Series X can't even give you 4K 60, and it's more powerful than the base PS5. Come on. Come on. Really? You can't even get 4K 60 on that. And let alone on PC. You can't even get comfortably 4K 60 on some of y'all machines that y'all have without upscaling. So y'all sitting here talking about upscaling this and upscaling that. But the reality is, in order for you to get the best performance, you got to turn on upscaling. Because 4K 60 is not a joke. And some of y'all talking about 8K. We ain't ready for 8K yet. We haven't even fully graduated to 4K 60 yet on consoles. Really? Really? Wait. Hold on. Cap? Oh, okay. This man said cap. Okay, bro. Let's shut this down right quick. Cap? Okay, you just got me started today, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, bro.
So when a 900p game was being upscaled to 1080p versus native, it did not matter. What a joke.
Listen, bro. You really... Oh, God. Yo. Boy, some of y'all just be in here talking, and don't know what you're talking about. Okay, 4070 Ti Super. Is that a 4K 60 card? Can it do 4K 60? Yes. Comfortably? No, it cannot. Without upscaling. You're talking about somebody who had a 47. Bro. You talking about somebody who had a 4070 Super and had to get rid of it because Alan Wake 2 could not run at 4K 60 with max settings. I had to turn on DLSS. I had to get this 4080 Super. This is the true 4K 60 card. The 4090 goes above that. Really? And guess what, buddy? How much is it for 4070 Super? Let's take a look. No. Hold on. Just take a look here. Let's take a look here. No. Let's take a look here. $800. $800 for a friggin' 4070 Ti. More than the PS5 Pro. Look, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Let's back up. 4070 Ti Super. Do you see how expensive this mug is? That's $900 for a card that can't comfortably do every single game at 4K 60. It cannot. And you're paying more than the PS5 Pro. And at the same time, this card is not a 4K 60 card. Like, you still need to turn on friggin' AI. Why do you think people go for the 4080 Super? Man, stop. Stop with your stop. Stop it. Stop. You see what I'm saying? Stop it. You see what I'm telling you. $850. That's $900. $900. And the garbage logic that these people be coming up with, oh yeah, I can build a 4070 Ti or a 4070 PC for $700 or $800. No, you cannot. Why do you think I end up spending the money that I end up spending on this? Huh? Just so that I can run things without turning on DLSS most of the time. Just so I can run things at 4K 60. This is the true 4K card, not the 4070 Ti. 4070 Ti really truly shines at 1440p. It's a beast of a card at 1440p. You will get the best frame rate and the best performance as soon as you start. My voice going away. I don't give a doggone. As soon as you start going into 4K territory, okay, let's turn on frame gen. Okay, let's turn on DLSS. But if you want to go out there and spend $900 on a 4070 Ti, be my guest. That's your doggone business. And compared to what a PS5 Pro is going to do. So think about it. Because a 4070 Ti PC is... Let's take a look here. I told y'all, don't get me started today. This nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look here. How much is this for a 4070 Ti friggin' PC that can't do 4K 60 on every game? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. All right, look. $1,699. $2,200. Way more than a PS5 Pro. Look at this. Look how expensive this is. $2,899 for a 4070 Ti. Y'all think technology is cheap? Y'all think this is cheap? Yeah, way more than a Pro. Way more. Stop it, man. Coming with this nonsense, bro. Like, if you think you can do better than a Pro, by all means, go spend ridiculous amount of money on a PC. And guess what, buddy? You're still gonna have to turn on frame generation on a lot of these games that are coming out. You still gonna have to turn on frame gen. Heck, even on this, even on the 4080 Super that I have in this computer right here, I still got to turn on frame gen sometimes. Let alone a 4070 Ti Super. Man, listen, stop wasting my time, bro. And y'all talking about $700 is a lot of money. If you're a tech head, if you are a PC guy, if you're a hardcore gamer, $700 is really not that much money. It's really not, because you spend more than that on these base consoles. Upgrading storage, paying for friggin' PS Plus or Game Pass. Come on, really? You really gonna do this? Come on, man. I'm trying to help y'all. You don't have to buy the Pro. Keep your base PS5. If you got $1,700, $2,000 to go build a 4070 Ti PC, go ahead. Because you're going to be spending way more freaking money. The crazy logic that people have been, I'm tired of these crazy oh, well, I can go finance a cell phone on a contract. Go finance your phone. Go on. Oh, I can finance a PC for less than that. With interest rates being as high as they are, go finance your $2,000 PC. Because you're still are gonna pay your feet, and it still ain't free. So go on. These crazy logics. Go on. Okay, let's take a look here. Y'all think this is a joke. Y'all should know me better than this. I don't got time for this nonsense. I don't have time for it. You know what I mean? Coming in here with that nonsense. Listen to me, man. Listen, you know the vibes. You know what the real is. They're talking about PS5 Pro is on par with a 6800 XT. How much is a 6800 XT? How much is a 6800 card? $429. And if you should build a PC, it's going to cost you more. With the same power level of the PS. Now they're saying 6800. First it was 3070. No, first it was 4070. Now it's 3070 Ti. Now it's 6800. They don't freaking know. They don't freaking know. They don't know. Because they don't have the Pro. So they don't know. They just basing it off of all these other GPUs. They don't know. They don't freaking know. Tired of these crazy logics, bro. Like it's just a good motherboard is like $200. You see what I'm saying? Or between $150 to $200. Don't buy the Pro. Leave the Pro alone.
$700 is a good deal for the Pro. Tell them, Marlon.
Don't buy the Pro. Leave the Pro alone. You know what I'm saying? Leave the Pro alone. Don't buy the Pro. Leave it alone. Go build your PC. Go build whatever PC you gonna build and be happy with that. Don't buy the Pro. Don't buy the Pro. Go get your 4070 Ti and your 7800 XT and whatever else. Go ahead. Go ahead. But yeah, $400 is cheap, but you still got to build a PC. If you don't have a PC, building a PC with a 6800 card, you still gotta. There's still other things than just the graphics card. What are you gonna do? Play everything on the graphics card with no case, no motherboard, no RAM, no SSD, no power supply, no operating system, no AIO cooler? Really? Are we really gonna do this? RAM, no RAM? Really? Oh God. Whatever, man. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing, homie. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go build your PC. Because it's gonna cost you way more money. Go ahead. Drummer man, you funny. Go ahead. $700 for the Pro is amazing price and a good deal. Man, listen, man. It said, is Marlon really serious? He thinks $700 for the Pro is not a cash grab? Okay. Can't believe I got to do this again, bro. Let's break this thing down. Do I need to go on Best Buy and start adding stuff in carts to show y'all? Okay, so you're saying the PS5 Pro is a cash grab. Okay, let's take a look here. It's a mid-generation refresh, right? With a 2 terabyte hard drive. Wi-Fi 7. Has the ability to upscale your games and make them look better and run smoother. For $200 more than the base PS. $200 more. Okay, let's take a look here. What if the PS5 Pro was $600? Y'all still would say it's a cash grab. So I don't even think it's about the price. I think some of y'all really think that this thing was going to give y'all huge generational leap in terms of graphics and performance. Not going to happen. Get that out your heads. So if you think that the PS5 Pro is a cash grab, don't buy it. Because I can almost guarantee you, if you go out there right now and buy a base PS5 for $500, and let's throw in a 2 terabyte SSD with that, that's literally almost $800. Because you're gonna
to go even further.
It's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. This is a waste of my time.
Marlon, you have convinced me in getting a Pro, but I'm still not going to pre-order or buy this year.
Don't do it.
Next year there will be a Pro plus disk drive plus stand bundle plus 1 game, all for $700 or under.
Yeah.
Not worth getting it this year unless you're a content creator.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah, just wait till next year. Wait till Sony bundles something. Listen, man. Listen, I ain't got time for this nonsense, okay? Look. Y'all, listen. Look. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. All right. Cash grab. Okay. Base PS5. $500. All right. Chances are you're going to want more storage. Okay. So $500. That's $550. Oh, Marlon, I want more storage. Okay. Let's take a look here. 2 terabyte storage. $219. You're getting a console that's going to perform better than the base PS5. It might not be a huge jump over the base PS5, but it's still going to be an improvement over the base PS5. You're going to get sharper image quality. You're going to get more frame rates on some of the games, not all the games. It's going to be a better performing console. So go out there. You have people that's sitting here spending over $1,000 on an SSD for their base PS5. That's $1,500. That's almost $1,600 literally with taxes on a friggin' base PS5. Really? You really gonna waste my time? And you gonna tell me cash grab when y'all sit here and spend way more money than this on the base PS5? Really? Listen to me. Stop wasting my time. Stop wasting my time. Okay? $700 is not a lot of money like you think it really is. When it comes to hardware, it's really not. Because let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. Y'all think this is a joke. Let's take a look here. I'm tired of these nonsense logic. Makes no sense. Let's take a look here. Can this do better than a PS5 Pro? You want to talk about cash grab? You really want to talk about cash grab? Can this perform better than a PS5 Pro? No, it cannot. It can't do it. This is $800. And you know what's funny to me is that people turn around and buy this for $850 with taxes, almost $900. Actually, $870 with taxes, almost $900. No problem. But a PS5 Pro, oh no, the world's about to end. Man, get out of here with that nonsense. Can this outdo a PS5 Pro? No, it cannot. It can't, not even close. Oh, 7080M 1080p freaking APU. Can't do 4K by itself. Can't. You need more juice. It can't do it. Can this run can you buy this garbage and run GT? Stop. Listen to me, man. Can you run GTA 6 on this? You can't do it. You can't. Can you run a lot of these games beyond 1080p on this handheld? You cannot. You cannot do that. You're going to have to spend more money on a eGPU. Really? You're joking, bro. You're joking, man. Listen to me, man. You guys already know me already. I don't have time. That's 800 and the Pro is too much money. It's too much money. I tell you, it's too much money. Really? Well, the Ally X is too much doggone money. I don't see y'all calling that a cash grab because there's no significant improvements over the base Ally. Really? You want to really do this? All it has is faster RAM. It's the same APU. Really? You really want to do this? This is crazy. Like if you think that you can get something way better than paying $700 for a PS5 Pro, by all means go ahead and do it. It's so irritating that people come in here with these logics. Oh, $700. That's really expensive. Everything is expensive. You want to be real? Every single thing under the sun is expensive. Groceries is expensive. Mortgage, rent, gas, food. Every friggin' thing is expensive. Prices of tech ain't going down. Prices of food ain't going down. Really? Okay. Look at the economy right now. Okay. Nothing is cheap. So is either you're going to pay for what you want or you can't get it. That's just the way it works. Nobody's forcing you to buy a PS5 Pro. You see what I'm saying? Nobody is. Don't buy it. Just simply don't. Go buy a ROG Ally X. Go buy that. Spend $865 and go buy that. And then play GTA 6. Think you're going to be playing GTA 6 at 1080p 60 frames on that thing. Go ahead. Because I can almost guarantee you're going to spend way more money. You're going to. You're going to. So go ahead.
Let the broke boys and the Xbox fanboys talk, bro.
Man, bro, listen, man. He says, I need those things to live though, Marlon. He says, I said, I don't need the Pro. And that's fine. You don't have to buy the Pro. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to buy the Pro. And hear me. For people who cannot afford the Pro, just don't buy it. You see what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real with y'all. Just don't buy the Pro. Leave it alone. Leave it for people. Just like the ROG Ally X is not for everybody. Leave it alone. You see what I'm saying? Because everything is expensive. It really is. Every single thing is expensive right now. So, hey, and here's the reality real quick, because I don't have a lot of time today. Listen, if Sony would have came out with a disc, this is the ugly truth. If Sony would have came out with a disc drive version of the PS5 Pro with the stand and everything like that, they still will be complaining. They still will be saying, oh, $650 for the disc drive and the stand and the Pro with no significant improvements. They still will be complaining. I saw somebody out on Twitter with that same logic saying, man, if Sony would have did two separate versions of the Pro, they still would have been complaining. Because what do you expect? You think it's going to be $500? No, it's not. It's going to be higher. I told you guys. I told y'all, prepare yourself for between $600 and $700. I told y'all, if y'all watch the channel and listen, you would know this. Man, it just don't work, bro. It just, some of y'all want to pay little and nothing for stuff. That's just not how technology works. Unfortunately, technology is expensive. Some of y'all want to pay little and nothing. I get it. If you can't afford it, I understand. If you can't afford it, then leave it alone. Even at $600, they still would have been complaining because they would have said, well, $600, that's too much money. You know, I'm not buying the Pro for $600. Even if Sony would have come out and say, all right, digital only model, $600. With the disk drive and the 2 terabyte hard drive, $750. They still will be complaining. Still would be complaining. Because they're going to be like, I'm not paying $100 more for whatever performance. Like, they still will be complaining. I can almost guarantee you they still will be complaining. Lack says, bro, you trying to convince? Nah, I ain't trying to convince anything. I'm just saying, bro, like, people are talking about, you know, oh, I can build a PC that's around the same price. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. $600 ain't cheap either. Most people are saying that the base console at $500 is too much money. You see what I'm saying? People are saying $500 is too much money. Let alone $600 with taxes. That's $650 or $670. That's upwards of $700 too, bro. That's not far from $700. The same price that you're complaining about, saying that's too expensive. With taxes, you're forgetting Uncle Sam's tax. You still got to pay taxes. I mean, I don't know, Thriller. I don't know how they're going to do all that. I don't know. It's okay. If it's a cash grab, then just don't buy it. It's not going to be for everybody, bro. Mid-generation consoles are never for everybody. You said, man, I'd rather take $700 and buy a new, whoever arranges. Hey, whatever. Hey, do what you do with your money. Do what you do with your own money, bro. But on that note, guys, I do have to cut this one short today. So make sure you guys hit the like button for me. Hit the share button. I'm done with this debate, man. I'm done with it. You know, hey, people who want the Pro, buy the Pro. If you feel like the Pro is a cash grab, don't buy it. Don't buy it. Take your $700 and invest that into something else better. Keep your base PS5 or take that $700 and reinvest into your business, reinvest into yourself, or use that money and go build that magical $700 PC that you want to build for literally what you're going to get from a PS5 Pro. Go ahead. Go ahead and do all those things because not every single person is going to buy the Pro. And Sony knows that. They know, right? And you know that too. So save your money, save your energy and your time. So on that note, one love and God bless to everyone. Hit that like button for me. And you guys have yourself a wonderful day.